Just give me a countdown.
3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome everybody. This is Pokemon Red No Save Corruption. Now, right off the bat, let me tell you guys, this is normally run on Pokemon Blue, but because I don't have a blue card, we're running this on Red. It's about 20 seconds slower. It's not massive. We're just giving us a one character name to save some frames, and then I'm gonna give my rival a very specific name. He's now known as MN Space. That'll be important later on. It won't be important until like the last minute of the game, but by that time we need to... It's crucial that he is MN Space. Taking this potion, just for safety. And it's time for us to pick our starter Pokemon. So we're gonna meet Oak in the grass, and we're gonna get ourselves a Pokemon. Now, for this particular run, I'm gonna be picking Bulbasaur. That might sound like a bit of a weird decision. I mean, Bulbasaur, he's not particularly strong early game. He is good against the first two gyms, so that helps, I guess. But we've got very specific reasons to pick Bulbasaur. I'll explain them as I go along. These first 10-ish minutes of the game are pretty much just setting up, and then after that, it's all good fun. So we're getting Bulbasaur. Again, I'm gonna give him a one character name, just to save some frames. And with that, we're going to go into the hardest fight of the game. This is right off the bat the most RNG heavy fight in the entire game, which is why I picked up that potion. Here we go. This Charmander is a pain to fight. He's got Growl, which drops my attack and slows me down significantly, and his Scratch does about 1/5 of my health, so it's a tricky fight. And he's... Okay, Growl fail turn 1 is really good. Growl effectively makes sure that I'll deal 1 damage less a turn, unless I get a critical, so it's really annoying to get that early on in the fight. So we're off to a pretty good start with that critical. In Gen 1 Pokemon, crits ignore the stat changes, so whenever I get a critical, I do the amount of damage that I would have normally done with a crit if I hadn't dropped attack. So crits are really good at the start of this fight. And with that, this is actually a really good Charmander fight. Ideally, Charmander would be around 235, and 13 special, that's also nice. That special will matter for a glitch that we're going to be using later on to skip the majority of this game. But in order for that strat, there's 2 strats to do it. There's one that's 100% consistent, which I'm generally going for, but it's about 2 minutes slower. And then there is a strat that has, with 13 special, about a 75% success rate. Whether it works or not, though, depends on my special DV, the stat growth of my special stat. There is a 1 in 16 chance that right off the bat I know it won't be runnable. That's if it had said 12. If it says 13, it's a 75% to work. If it's a 14, which I guess for this is actually ideal, it's about 43%, but you don't need to fight anything along the way to get it. So we're gonna go pick up the parcel. This early game is pretty much how you would do it in Glitchless, except we have a Bulbasaur instead of a Squirtle. Glitchless uses a Squirtle for the early game, and then switches to Nidoran later. So we pick up the parcel, we walk back to Oak. There's really not much to this. This is just the general walking around. I can do a bit of a YOLO grass here. Saves 2 seconds if I don't get an encounter. It loses me 9 if I do. But we didn't get an encounter, so we saved 2 seconds. Level 4 Pidgey, that's a pretty rare one, but it's not worth it to kill. The only thing in that grass that I would kill is a level 4 rat. Everything else is useless. So I'm going to talk to Oak again. You might notice I'm talking to him from the back. That's because the rival that's coming up, he walks to Oak, and he always walks to the same tile. But the rival walks very slowly compared to what I walk. So it saves a little bit of time to talk to Oak from the back, because it saves 4 steps of movement from the rival. The difference from the side or back is not too big. This is, if done perfectly, I think like 3 frames faster or something. It's very little. From the side is still fine, but I prefer doing it from the back. Gotta save the frames. Okay, now with that out of the way, we're gonna go do some shopping. Because, you know, every good Pokemon trainer needs a couple Pokeballs and stuff, you know? Can't get through through our journey through Kanto otherwise. This is a level 4 rat, that's very useful. Ah, that's a shame. Pidgeys will be useful if I get the 75%, but I won't know that unless I get a level 4 rat or after the Weedle fight. So we're gonna get some quick stuff here. Because I know there's a 75%, I'm gonna buy 6 Pokeballs. That should be enough. Para Heal. Burn Heal. Soul stuff for later, you know, just in case we get paralyzed by Surge, or we get, you know, to Blaine you gotta bring a Burn Heal. I mean, you never know, so we'll just take that for safety. Quick safety potion here. And let's go. So we're going to go through Viridian Forest. And throughout the forest, I'll actually be walking a very specific path. And I want you to, from every tile, pay attention to the bottom right patch of grass, as it may. And you'll notice that some of the bottom right patches have a little flower in them. It's very hard to tell, but you might be able to notice that some of them do. If they do, that means I can't get an encounter on that tile. That's only in red and blue. But that means that if I walk a specific path, there is only like 30 tiles that I can actually get an encounter on. Like this entire part I can't get an encounter on. So we just breeze through, very easy. Ah, that's actually the first tile that we could get an encounter on again. That's a bit unfortunate, but it's fine. We don't need that Weedle yet. Grab a potion. And let's do the Weedle fight. So this fight is actually a really important fight for me. This is either what I'm going to be using to set up for later, or it's going to tell me something about my special. I'll actually know more about my special after the first random encounter I kill after this Weedle. I'm gonna Growl, brings his attack down by 1, makes it a bit safer. Plus, if I have to go for the backup strat, the other 25%, I would have needed to Growl him to get rid of the Growls anyway, because I need specific PP for that. So we're hoping for a lot of String Shots. Ideally, String Shot fails, that's the fastest thing to do. It's about 75% to hit, so decent chance that it still fails. Poison Sting is fine as long as he doesn't do it too often, and as long as he doesn't crit. Another String Shot. This has been a good Weedle fight so far. Cool. That's a good fight. So these stats aren't really important yet. But I do need to kill something along the way, and ideally I want to see 16 special after that fight. So we get a Weedle here, which means I'm going for that strat. We're gonna try it. 75% to get that. If not, I have to resort to a backup strat, which wastes about 2 minutes. Okay, if we see 16 special here, we're good to go. That's cool. Okay, we got 16. Nice. This saves about 2 minutes to do it like this. So I'm gonna have to look in this patch of grass, and I'm actually... because it's a marathon, I think I'll take a safety save. So I need to catch a Pidgey. Ideally, I'd have a level 3. 4 or 5 would work as well. But I need a Pidgey. So the reason I picked Bulbasaur is for a glitch coming up. Oh, nice, Pidgey. I can't actually damage this, so I just have to throw balls and hope it hits. The reason I picked Bulbasaur is because Bulbasaur is the only one that hits 16 special this early on. Which means that this strat is the fastest with Bulbasaur. And the backup strat is actually not even doable with any of the other starter Pokemon, because I need a move with 40 PP. And it just so happens that Bulbasaur knows Growl, which just happens to have the right amount of PP, so that works really well. We get a Pidgey though, so we don't even need to go for the backup. Putting my cursor to save there, because this is a really hard trick that's coming up. So normally we go fight Brock, right? I mean, first gym, but I feel like we can do better than that. So I'm gonna reset quickly here. This is all intentional, of course. Because like we could fight Brock, but I mean, I don't really feel like fighting him. It's slow, it takes so much time. I've got a better strat. So we're gonna go here. Okay, I need to see a swag boulder, ideally. Sweet. Okay, here we go. And trust me, this is completely normal, what you're seeing here. We're just hiking a bit. You see that we just walked through the dude, we don't care. He's in the way, you know, we just pushed him aside. It's all good. So, let's make way to Saffron City, shall we? Before we can do that, we need to make a quick stop in Celadon, but we should be good here. Just a nice little walk. Nothing too special. Okay, let's go down here. That start menu shouldn't have shown up, but that doesn't matter. Lost me like half a second. So again, quick walk to Saffron. Now I'm gonna have to do a really hard trick here. There we go. And into the Pokemon Center we go. Let's heal up our Pokemon. We've had quite a journey there. I mean, we've gotten all the way to Saffron City. We better just take the heal, just for safety. And I feel like we can go to Celadon, don't you? Let's take up the Grass Gym Leader. And also, let's do some gambling there, because, you know, that's fun. This guy, he tells us that the road is closed and that we can't pass. But because the game doesn't expect me to ever get in Saffron without having passed him, he just lets us through. It's kind of the guard's AI that just decides you couldn't have been there, so you can pass. It's all good. It's a nice guard, you know. How about we hit the casino for a little bit, shall we? We're gonna get some. We're gonna get the coin case quickly, and let's do some gambling stuff. I know a really strong Pokemon. Somebody used to tell me that in Gen 1 especially, Psychic types are completely broken. Because, you know, special, defense, and attack were still the same stats. So I think we're gonna go for an Abra, shall we? That seems like a strong poke. He's 180 coins. That's 140. Now, this is why we normally run Blue. In Blue, he's only 120 coins. So I have to pick up less coins here. This is where we lose all the time in Red compared to Blue. But we've got enough coins now, so let's go. So we've got our Abra. And we should probably head back to Saffron, you know? I'm not completely confident we can do the Grass Gym Leader. Maybe Psychic is more easy. Or, you know what? No, let's get a little closer to the third gym. That, you know, third sounds better than sixth, so let's try that. Let's fight a trainer, though. There's this really cool guy over here. He's got a Weedle. Actually, I need to do some menuing first. Almost forgot. That would have wasted some time if I had forgotten. So because I did this, the game actually thinks I'm in a battle right now. So if I press start like this, nothing is gonna happen. I can't talk to anyone. They wouldn't respond to me. They just ignore me, you know? They're rude. But yeah, the game thinks I'm in a battle. Now there's this fighting dojo over here, so maybe they can help. Maybe they can help train my psychic poke. Although I think I made the mistake of not depositing some pokes, so we'll have to kill some more, but that's fine. It's a minor mistake on my end. Normally I'd only go in with one poke and the rest would already be dead. Because I forgot to deposit them, I have to deposit them in a little bit. It's a minor choke. As long as we don't kill the MACHOP, it's not a big deal, and I don't think my Pidgey is gonna stand a chance of killing this anyway. There we go. I'll go back to the center and fix that in a little bit. Here's our powerful Abra. He's level 9. I mean, he's definitely hard to beat. Well, that's unfortunate. I know I said I would go to the center, but I gotta do something else first, quickly. Namely this. I didn't open the menu there, by the way, that's the game. Because we encounter this very powerful Pokemon. It's called MISSINGNO. It's, you might remember this from your childhood nightmares or something? I don't know. Okay, let me actually fix my mistake that I made earlier. I was supposed to deposit Bulbasaur and Pidgey here. It still saves time to do that now, over keeping them with me. This'll do. Now, whenever you encounter a MISSINGNO in this game, your 6th item in the inventory gets duped to 129 items. They add 128 of them. And we can actually exploit that to do some really cool tricks. Before I do, though, I gotta drop out 2 of these. They're no longer of use to me. And again, we're gonna use this Abra to, now that we just have the Abra, we can probably take on that MACHOP. Let's take our revenge, shall we, guys? In the process, by the way, we kind of killed the rocket that was over there. He was protecting the door there, but he's gone. Just vanished out of existence. It's kind of rude, but, you know, we gotta go fast. Well, here's that MACHOP again. Let's take him on. I think we can do it. Ooh, that's a powerful move. He's dropping my defense already. Let's use teleport. It's definitely a scary fight. We've got -2 defense, and now he's even upping his attack. It's actually really bad RNG to get that. Ideally, I'd just have him kill me first turn, but he's stalling a bit. Thank you, MACHOP. Well, we couldn't do it. It's unfortunate, but we couldn't. Again, I had to open the menu there. I'd actually break the game completely if I didn't. I'd crash it, pretty much. And we get to see another MISSINGNO. And again, that's bad news, because now we've got 255 of that item. So we're gonna do some quick menuing here. Let me double check. Okay, one more. So what I'm doing here, it's called underflowing my inventory. The game actually now thinks I have -1 item in my inventory. So I can go under my menu and do some pretty cool stuff here. In 151 we use this a lot to warp all over the place, catch Pokemon, use lots of different glitches. I'm actually only gonna be doing one here. There we go. And that was Pokemon Red. Time is coming up when we fade out into the credits. Also, you might notice I have instant text now. I kind of triggered that in the menu as well. Because, you know, I don't like waiting for text. Our level 9 Abra did it. He beat all of the Elite Four in the champion, and now we are the new champion. And time is coming up once this next text box fades. And time. Cool.
I kind of shut the literally, but
That was... That's about a minute and a half behind my PB. I'm happy with that. So yeah, that was Pokemon Red. Any percent no save corruption. And yeah, if you like that category, definitely check out the 151 run of this. That does this, but then the glitching at the end it does for about an hour and a half. So that's a really cool category. And yeah, up next is what's up next again? We've got a replacement for the Tetris attack because the runner dropped out. So yeah, I'm interested to see what that's gonna be. And I'll be back. I'll actually be back later tonight with one more run, Final Fantasy II. So stick around and yeah, enjoy the marathon.